evening meditation, just going somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed for the next half an hour or so. Giving yourself the gift of half an hour time out of your day to reconnect, refresh, re-energize. You'll find that your evening is a lot more flowing, a lot more peaceful if you do. Putting your phone on mute or silent. Just going somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed for the next half an hour. Sitting comfortably in your favorite meditation posture. So that might be sitting with your feet shoulder width apart, sitting on a chair. Cup your hands in your lap, keep your back straight, so you can support your back against back of a chair. Use a cushion. You could sit in cross-legged on the floor, half lotus or lotus. The main requirements are keep your back straight and make sure your body is reasonably comfortable. You don't want to be overtly uncomfortable while you're doing this. Close your eyes and start off by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. So breathing in. So you're breathing into the belly button, just inflate the stomach like a balloon. And, squeeze your sphincter muscle. So that's the muscle that you use to contract the flow of urine. Squeeze the last drops out. Creates an energy lock and a pumping action up the spine. So you're moving this life energy up the spine. You draw it up simultaneously with your breath into your heart center. Put one hand on your heart. Just connect in with your heart space. And just draw the energy up into your upper back, through the back of your head, into the crown of your head. Pause at the top of the inhale. Smile. All this life energy running all the way up the spine into the crown of your head. Notice the air flowing into your nostrils. Take another sip of air at the top. Pause at the top of the inhale. Now just check in with your mind and your emotions, noticing what you're thinking and feeling. Particularly anything that's negative, that feels kind of limited, contracted, constricting, controlling, restricting, resisting. These are all words that really just describe feelings. If you notice any of those kinds of feelings, notice them in quite a detached way. You know, to judge them, just, oh, yeah, these don't really serve me. I don't really need these. I can let this all go. And do that with the help of your breath. You're just going to drop the thoughts, drop the emotions, drop any physical sensations. So whatever you're feeling, maybe a knot in your stomach, a tight chest, clenched jaw, clenched fist, sweaty palms, dry mouth. Any of those kinds of symptoms, you just blow them all away with the breath as you exhale. Nice full deep exhale out the mouth. Imagine you blowing them out like a black smoke out of your mouth. You're just leaving your body, leaving your mind, leaving your energy system. Completely pull the lower stomach into the spine. Expel the last remaining air out, and you just release all of that dark energy. And you just rest in peace and stillness. Bottom of the exhale, smile. This is where all these lessons are pointing into state beyond words, just peace. Peace and joy are themes of today's workbook lesson 355. First, we're going to read you the preliminary section on what am I? So just keep watching your breath as you listen to these words, breathing in. Nice, deep, slow inhale. Feel the stomach rising, the chest rising. Subtle flow of air into your nostrils. The life energy rises up the spine into the crown of your head. Pause at the top of the inhale. Smile. And then you exhale, just sighing it all out, letting the air flow out of your nostrils. Chest and the stomach suck back in. Energy subsides back down from the crown of your head, down the front channel of your body, into Lower stomach, your groin. Pause again there, smile. Another reason in which you're aware, you're alive. There's peace and joy arising from that awareness. No other reason. This comes when you open to your true awareness. So breathing in again. Just noticing all of these subtle sensations of the breath as you breathe. To bring your mind completely into the present moment. So any other thoughts come in, you just notice them, observe them in quite a detached way, and just let them go with the breath. Imagine just blowing them away. Clouds being blown away by the wind of your breath. Just release them. Make that ujjayi sighing sound as you exhale. Keep your mouth closed. Like a little sighing sound in the back of your throat as you're fogging sunglasses. Air flows out of your nostrils, mouth closed. Chest and stomach suck back in. The energy subsides back down like a wave breaking back into the ocean. And so just keep watching your breath, sinking a little bit deeper into the present moment with each breath. Finding yourself there's really nowhere else to go, nothing else to do, nothing else to think about. Or next 25 minutes, just breathe, relax, be still. Watch your breath and let your mind stay very still, calm, empty, open, but aware. So there's no mental chatter. You're just an empty vessel waiting to receive these words of truth from Jesus, our master teacher. This is an answer to the question, what am I? Keep watching your breath, keep your hand on your heart. Just listen with your heart rather than your mind. So it's not about intellection trying to understand the words. You have to try and evaluate them, analyze them, compare them, contrast them, criticize them, resist them. These are all movements of the ego. You just allow them in to sink in to a deeper part of your mind, your subconscious, and you feel into the words. Just allow these feelings to arise. Feelings of love and peace and joy. That's when the lessons in these meditations are really doing their work. When you feel those higher states, that's all there is to it. Just to feel love, feel peace, feel joy. It's the whole purpose of the spiritual journey, the whole purpose of life. To experience these states on a consistent basis. And keep listening in this way, keep watching your breath, your hand in your heart center, listening with your heart, not your mind. The words just carry you deeper into this state of oneness, who you really are. That's what the lesson, this passage is about. What am I? Is the question. What am I? So let's hear what Jesus has to say in response. I am God's son. So say this after me in your own mind. I am God's son, or I am love's extension. If you prefer that phrase, it's fine, use that. They mean the same thing. Don't get hung up on the words, on the pointers, because that just blocks your awareness of what they're pointing to, which is beyond words. I am God's son, or love's extension, complete and healed and whole, shining in the reflection of his love. In me is his creation sanctified, and guaranteed eternal life. In me is love perfected, fear impossible, and joy established without opposite. I am the holy home of God Himself. Another way of saying that is I am the holy home of love itself, as Jesus clarifies in the next sentence. I am the heaven where His love resides. I am His holy sinlessness itself, where in my purity abides His own. And just rest, stillness and peace. Smile. Nowhere else to go, nothing else to do, nothing else to think about. Just sink into this heavenly place in your mind where the love of God, love of this eternal loving presence resides, where you can feel it and tap into it. Keep watching your breath, staying nice and still, calm, empty, open, but aware. And listening with your heart rather than with your mind, because as Jesus says, our use for words is almost over now. Yet in the final days of this 1 year we gave to God together, you and I, we found a single purpose that we shared. And thus you joined with me. So what I am are you as well. Jesus is talking directly to you. As the Christ, not as the man, as the Christ, as the Spirit. The truth of what we are is not for words to speak of, nor describe. Yet we can realize our function here. Words can speak of us and teach it too, if we exemplify the words in us. Accept our part as saviors of the world. Through our joint forgiveness is redeemed. And thus our gift is therefore given us. We look on everyone as brother and perceive all things as kindly and as good. We do not seek a function as past the gate of heaven. Knowledge will return when we have done our part. We are concerned only with giving welcome to the truth. Just pause, breathe, relax. It's telling us that we don't have to, can't go straight to heaven. We don't seek a function that is only heaven, which is pure bliss and nothing else. This knowledge will return when we've done our part. Our part here is to watch our minds, to let go, of anything that's blocking the awareness of truth. The eyes of the eyes through which Christ's vision see the world redeemed from every thought of sin. Eyes of the ears that hear the voice of God, the voice for love, proclaim the world as sinless. Eyes the minds that join together as we bless the world. From the oneness that we have attained, we call to all our brothers, asking them to share our peace and consummate our joy. You just feel that love and that peace flowing into you as you breathe in, to your stomach, your heart center, upper chest, your head, your third eye, your crown. Breathe it into every pore, every cell, every muscle of your body. And smile. Now, as you exhale, just extend this peace and this joy outwards to bless the world. All living creatures, all people, all living creatures. Can be blessed by you in this moment. As you are the holy messenger of God who speaks for him, of love, speaks for love, carrying this word to everyone to whom love has sent you. You learn that it is written on your heart. And thus, your mind is changed about the aim for which you came and which you seek to serve. So we bring glad tidings to the Son of God, the extension of love, who thought he suffered. Now is he redeemed. And as he sees the gate of heaven stand open before him, he will enter in and disappear into the heart of God, the heart of love itself. Again, just breathe in this beautiful, loving presence into your heart center. Smile. Just have a sense of disappearing into this heart of God. There is no person, no separate identity. As you exhale, extend that peace and that joy, that love, peace and joy outwards. Bless everyone you know and everyone you don't know, and all living creatures. Let's move on to today's lesson. 355 from the Course in Miracles workbook. So to start with, just breathe in. Nice deep breath in. Imagine you breathing in the essence of life, love, peace, and joy. Breathing into your stomach, into your heart center, into your upper chest, into your head, the third eye, crown of your head. Imagine infusing it into every pore, every cell, every muscle. Fuses beautiful golden white light. And you just draw it in to every pore, every cell, every muscle of your body, every part of your mind, every fiber of your being. Draw the energy up the spine. Imagine it's like a column of golden or white light flowing up the spine into the crown of your head. Pause at the top of the inhale. Smile. Say, there is no end to all the peace and joy and all the miracles that I will give when I accept God's word, the word of eternal loving presence in my mind. Why not today? So why not today, indeed? I can experience this peace and joy right now. Nothing else to go, nothing else to do, just immerse yourself in the peace and the joy. You exhale. Say to yourself, why should I wait, my Father? My source, dressing your most innermost self, your creator, your source, no matter what you call it. Why should I wait for the joy you promised me? For you will keep your word you gave your son, your loving extension in exile. Almost into the spine. And just sink in a little bit deeper with each breath. Looking back, just watching the breath. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in the light. Intensifying the light. Moving into every pore, every cell, every muscle of your body. Which is the treasure. God will keep his word. And for you will keep your word you gave your son in exile. Your loving extension in exile. I'm sure my treasure waits for me. I need but reach out my hand to find it. Reach out your hand if you want to. Feel like you're opening yourself up to the light and the love of God. So even now my fingers touch it. Because it's in essence, it's in everything, it's everywhere. Your fingers are not touching anything in particular, they are in space, they're surrounded by space. They're touching the very essence of life, reality. So it is very close. I need not wait an instant more to be at peace forever. It is you I choose, my identity, along with you. Your son would be himself, and know you as his father and creator, and his love. And with that invitation, just sink in to this deeper place in your mind where you can know the Father, the source, the creator, which is love, one and the same. It's a loving presence. Surrender into that. Letting everything else go. Step back, just watch your breath as you're breathing in this loving presence. Every pore, every cell, every muscle of your body, every corner of your mind, every fiber of your being. Just let go of everything else. Surrender completely into the love of God. Love of oneness. The next 2 minutes of silence. Please relax, be still, and sink in to the love of God, the love of your Creator. And notice any thoughts arising to disturb that deep connection. Notice them objectively. Realize that they just clouds drifting by and their power to obscure eternally serene, loving presence, sky. As your awareness of that, so just exhale and blow them all away with the breath. And then sink back in for another minute of silence to the still, calm, peaceful, joyful, loving presence in your heart. Put your hand on your heart if it's down to help you to anchor into the next minute of silence. And so just gently coming back to an awareness of the body through the breath. Then when we enter the meditation, you come out of it very gently and slowly. So breathing in. Notice how the stomach rises, chest rises. Subtle flow of air into the nostrils, life energy rising up the spine, one hand on your heart. Pause at the top of the inhale, smile. Feel the peace and joy in your heart, in your mind, in your whole being. Give thanks for that. And exhale, sigh it all out. Make the sighing sound on the back of your throat. Notice the air flowing out of your nostrils. Chest and the stomach suck back in. Gently, just coming back. The energy subsides back down the crown of your head, down the front channel of your body, coming to rest in your groin and in your buttocks. So that's 1, 2, just kind of notice the weight of your body, buttocks pressing down into the chair, your feet touching the ground. Grounding yourself back into this physical world. Notice that peace and that joy are still there, even though the physical sensations are coming back into awareness. So you can stay there, no matter that coming back, still stay connected to the peace and the joy, which are your default states of being. So as you breathe in again, notice maybe there's a subtle smell in your nose, a taste in your mouth. Notice what you're hearing. Tune into the very subtle sounds in your environment. But don't name them or judge them or label them in any way. Just allow them to be. They arise and then they subside. Back into the nothingness, back into the underlying stillness and peace. They can never really be separated. This is the ground of being. This is where peace and joy come from. The more you can pay attention to that, the happier and more peaceful you'll be. So 3, open your eyes. Just looking around the room, noticing whatever happens to catch your eye. Let your gaze rest on it for a couple of seconds, then move on to something else. And then something else. Do that for half a dozen things. Also, just notice without any mental labeling, judging, naming. Notice how peaceful it is when you perceive the world this way. So training your mind in non-judgmental perception, a way of seeing the world that really deactivates the ego mind. The ego thrives on judgments and interpretations, creating meaning out of our sense perceptions. That's what keeps us bound here. But if we look beyond all the self-created meaning, we will find that only peace and joy really exist, and that is the meaning of everything. So I'll leave you with that thought, and hope this meditation has helped you to connect deeply with this inner state of peace and joy. Hope that you will stay there for a very peaceful and joyful evening and rest of your week. There's another meditation happening tomorrow. We're not going to do an afternoon one, just tomorrow evening at the same time, 5:30 p.m. UK, 6:30 p.m. SA time. So join me then in the Zoom room. If you're out there on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, or you can go to freemeditations.online and register. Put that URL in the post attached to this video. So thank you for listening again, and wish you much peace and joy this evening. Namaste, which means the divine peace and joy in me honors and acknowledges the divine peace and joy in you.